Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Explorers of Navoria is a really cute game, and the first thing that really attracted me to this game was the look, the art, the cute little animals, how you're progressing through, and that's a huge selling point. All these games are, because of the artwork, are going to be compared to Everdell, but the two games couldn't be more different. In this one, you're going to be drafting cards from the tableau, and I really like how that's going through. So you're going to draw things from the bag that will tell you which colors you can passably draft for. If I drew blue and purple, those are the two rows I can draft from. And then I kind of have a choice. I put the other one out. And then the other players, when it's their turn, they could either draw from the bag, have two randoms and choose one, or they could choose one from the board if they really want something and it's available. I love that right there. That was brilliant design. Excellent. As you're drafting these cards, you're also getting powers or points or ways to manipulate the board, etc. And then, on the second part of the game, in reverse turn order, you're going to take those workers you had there and place them on the board to take actions and kind of pump up what you're trying to do. I think this game has a brilliant design. I like it. It's simple to teach. It's simple to learn. Really, it's just a manipulation of the cards and the worker placement spots. But it works brilliantly. There's so many micro decisions that are important. You know, do I draw from the bag and hope I get what I want? But I know these colors have already been drawn, so these are still in the bag. You know, maybe I have a 33% chance of getting it. Or do I take this one? It's not exactly what I want, but it'll do, pig. It'll do. Do you do that? Or, you know, do I want to go last and try to grab the worker placement spots and utilize that to score the points? There's quite a few things going on. And everything is going into this, like, tableau that you're building of these cards. And how do they work together? How are they going to score points for me? Excellent. Excellent. I really liked this game. Even though I was kind of excited about it, I was really impressed with the design. Some of the decisions that were made in the design of the game really work really well. This is what I'm going to tell you, that if you want something that's kind of crunchy but plays quickly, easy to teach, and you don't have like 18 options on your turn, you're going to draw from a bag. I can pick this one or this one, and there's 3 cards of each, or as the turns progress, there might only be 1 card of the blue and 2 of the red. Now, which one do I want to go to, and what do I want to give to my opponents? Very good decisions. It's not going to lead to a lot of analysis paralysis, I don't think. I think your decisions are big, and then when you draw, they kind of come down in the scope, much more manageable for your mind to be able to progress through. The game is fun. It looks great. The artwork is phenomenal. I like this game quite a bit, and one I can easily recommend. Family weight and higher, you're going to be fine with this one. Here's Explorers of Navoria. This is going to be the base game. And it comes in a pretty good sized box and a very enticing little box cover. I think it should put a couple more people on there, but you can definitely see that he's going out to explore. When you open up, there's not going to be any kind of an insert. You will get a nice big cloth bag. You can definitely extend your hand in and pull out the tokens you need. These are big and chunky and nice. The icons are very easy to see. You're going to get 4 different colors. You're going to get green, yellow, purple, and black, which is not your normal standard colors. But you can see they're silk screened, and they look really good on this end. And a card that will go in there also. Now, these are the component upgrades that you're going to get. Normally, it'd be cardboard, but these big chunky ones, these deluxe components, were available for the swords, the apples, and the crystals that you're going to have. These will be the scoring ones. You're going to use 3 to 4 each game. So you'll be able to put these in, and they kind of come out. You can shuffle them up, and they fit right on the board perfectly. The cards have a pretty nice finish to them. We're going to have 5 different colors that you'll be able to utilize during the game. And the artwork is very enticing. I like the little universe or land that they were able to utilize in here. And the icons are very simple. You're going to have them at the top, and they're through there, so good job on that. Each player will get a player board. It's pretty good. It has a little indentation on it, but I'm not really sure what that's for. It's going to have a rule book, which we'll take a look at in a few minutes. And then the board itself. This is just the cardboard tokens we didn't need because we had the upgrades. The board itself is nice and big, and it has a lot of different colors on it, but in reality, what it is these tracks. So you're going to have these tracks that you'll be going up. There's one here and one at the top. It's going to be placed for the cards. This will be where your scoring people go in, and this will be the worker placement section. So very well designed. It looks a little busier than maybe it is, but I think they did a really good job of making it bright and beautiful. And I do like this board quite a bit. A lot of the information about scoring and the different actions are printed right on the board. Excellent job. So here is the rule book for Explorers of Navoria. You're going to have a table of contents and the components listed over here.
You're going to have setup with numbers corresponding. So I didn't have any problem setting this up. And then the unique player setup over on this side. Then the gameplay. This is really the entire game. Recruit, gather, income, and return. And of course, it's going to give you it in more detail with your different options. You can see it's split here. You can have examples and pictures included in there. And for 2 or 3 player versus a 4-player game. You can have your card layout, and it's going to go through each of the options that you're going to have in the game, which is very nice. Examples, pictures, etc. Very well done. And then you get to the gather stage. I'll show you how to do the worker placement. These are all the icons are all conveniently listed right there. Income, return, and game end. Everything is great. On the back, there's going to be a round summary. You're also going to have player aids that each player will get, which will be a card. But this will be here in a little bit more detail if you need it. I found the rules to be excellent. I didn't really have any issues with any of the rules. We never stopped the game and said, hey, what does this mean? It was all right here. And with one reading in 15, 20 minutes, we were ready to go. The game is going to be played over 3 rounds. After 3 rounds, whoever has the most victory points will be the winner of the game. I'm going to give you a short overview of how to play the game. I will not include every rule in the game as I'm just doing a flow to kind of show you how it's done. So for the first phase, what you can do is draft the cards. You're going to have 5 different stacks. They're all going to do something a little bit different. And then you're going to have 3 face-up cards. When you draft a card, the card is not replaced. At the end of the round, all of these will be discarded and new cards will come out. So what's here is here. And the cards are intended not to be necessarily balanced, as there might be a reason why you'd want to go here first. Maybe you want the icon, maybe you want the power, maybe you want the action, maybe you want the worker placement action to be available later. So there's going to be quite a few reasons why you would take a card. So what's going to happen is you can do one of 2 things on your turn. You go in the bag and you can choose 2 of these at random. What that means is you can place one on a card and take one of these cards and add it to your tableau. It could be any of the 3, and the other one will kind of go here in the city. If that's the case and you took that card, so be it. The next player can either draw from the bag, as we just did, or they can take the face-up action and simply use it to take one of the cards. Okay, so let's talk about what the cards do. So each of the cards will do something a little different. The yellow ones, these are victory points. These are like goodies that you can get. So you might take one of the components. I'll get back to why you'd want those later. And this will let you put out one of your buildings, and you'll put them on the tracks over here. The reason why you want to put the buildings out, you might have scoring opportunities, which will be the purple cards. But whenever you go to the end of the round, your guy is going to go back to the spot with your building, the closest building that you're going to have. So the green ones are usually going to give you victory points and goodies. So it's very simple. This one will give you 3 swords. This one will give you 2 victory points, a sword, and an apple. The red ones are normally going to be end of game scoring. So these are going to be your soldiers. And this one says at the end of the game, for every building you have out on this track, you're going to get 2 victory points. And this one says on the mountain track, you're going to get 2 victory points. They work very similar. And you're also going to have icons up here that you'll be looking at. The blue ones are normally going to be income related. So this one says I gave you 2 victory points, but that C means they're in income phase. For every one of these icons that you have, you're going to get a victory point. 1 victory point, but for every one of these icons, you're going to get a victory point. So those will usually give you income. And then the purple ones can be a mixture. So this will let you move your person up the track. Not build a building, but move your person up the track. And then for every flag that you pass, which flags are out on the board, you're going to get a victory point. So that's how the purples are usually going to work. But each one you kind of got to look at. So after everybody takes a number of cards based on the number of players, this phase will end, and then the gather start of the phase will go. And then what will happen is whatever tokens you have on these cards, not in the city, those will be dismissed. But these, you then use them in reverse player order to take these worker placement spots. I could take either one of these in this example. They give me 2 swords and allow me to move up on any track I want. The blue one will simply give me 6 victory points. Once all of these that you use to select the cards are done in the worker placement phase, then you move to the income. Then you will get income for any cards that you have that give out income. In your tableau, you would score those. In addition, whoever's furthest down on the tracks will gain victory points, usually 3 for first place and 2 for second. All that can be mitigated or changed through card use. And then you'll reset. Like I said, everybody will move back on the track to where the last building is. These cards will all be dismissed and new cards will come out for the game. So what are we trying to do? So we're going to have things here. This one says if I get a sword, a crystal, and an apple, I can activate this ability over here. And this is going to have buildings on it. As I build the buildings and put them out on the board, these are going to be optional to me. So when I meet this criteria, I'll be able to do the bonus one and then these actions also. This says 4 of anything or 3 of a kind, and I'll be able to activate those buildings and those powers. Usually they're going to give you victory points for having green cards. They'll move you up on certain tracks. They could give you just straight up victory points or move you up, etc., as you can see here. So you want to get these also, which can usually be found on the green cards. Now, during the game, you're going to have 4 scoring opportunities up here. These will be placed out at the beginning of the game. And each of these will have different ways to score. This says for every yellow and green card you have, you get 2 victory points. But if you're the second person to go there, you only get 1 victory point. So you're going to put your tokens out there. You're going to be gaining these icons as you get the cards. If you get 5, you can put your scoring mechanism on. This one will be up here. And you put it on the 1 or 2, depending if you're first or second. If you're third or fourth, then you won't be able to score this at all. So there's a little bit of a race. Not only do you want to get the cards for the powers or the scoring opportunities on them, you want to be able to collect the icons at the top so you can score at the end of the game. You'll play 3 rounds of the game, and whoever has the most points will be the winner. First thing you're going to do each turn is draw action tokens from the bag in order to draft cards. Once everybody has drafted the prerequisite number of cards, you will then use these tokens to take these workers' placement spots to get more goodies or victory points or manipulate the board. Then you will gain your income from any income cards that you've been able to draft. Then you'll reset and do the same thing again. And that's a quick overview of how you play Explorers of Navoria.
Who should buy this game? Anybody who likes tableau building, got a little bit of worker placement in here. The artwork is cute and going to draw people. It almost has like a fantasy vibe to it with these animals that kind of act like humans, if you will. And then you're going to have like family weight and above. You can take this as seriously as you want it. I think there's some brilliant design in this game. Excellent, excellent choice. Keeper for us.